To marry the prince, a deceitful maid not only stole the princess's identity, but also cruelly killed her horse, forcing the innocent princess to live as a humble goose girl. The story begins many years ago, when the princess's kingdom was invaded by enemies. Her father, the king, joined forces with a neighboring monarch to defeat the invaders. In despair over his defeat, the enemy leader killed his own wife, and when he raised his sword to slay his child, the princess's father intervened just in time to save the infant. Tragically, a fleeing enemy soldier shot the young king with an arrow. On his deathbed, he entrusted his wife and daughter to the neighboring king, who promised that one day his son would marry the princess. The kind-hearted queen adopted the orphaned baby and named her Lisa, raising her as her own child. The two girls grew up like real sisters, Lisa clever and cunning from an early age, while the princess, pure and kind, possessed a head of golden hair that shimmered with a divine power. This golden hair granted the princess the ability to control the wind. Because she was betrothed to the neighboring prince since childhood, the time soon came for her to leave her home and travel to his kingdom. Before her departure, the queen pricked the princess's finger and let 3 drops of blood fall upon a white silk handkerchief. She told the princess that the blood could grant her 3 wishes, but warned her never to let the handkerchief touch fire, for if it burned, the queen herself would die instantly. The princess was to be accompanied by a maid on her journey, and Lisa volunteered to serve her. Trusting her completely, the princess was overjoyed. The queen also gave her late husband's horse, Falada, a wise creature who could understand human speech. With Lisa and an old soldier as her escort, the princess set out for the neighboring kingdom. But Lisa had never accepted her lowly position. Ambition festered in her heart. When the princess accidentally fell into a river during the journey, Lisa coldly watched without offering help. Meanwhile, the prince anxiously awaited his bride, unsure whether they would truly love one another. Urged by his father, he shot an arrow of love into the air, and it landed beside the princess. Then a miracle occurred. The harsh winter melted instantly into spring. Not long after, Lisa revealed her true cruel nature. She tricked the princess into exchanging clothes, then forced her to trade identities. When the loyal soldier tried to intervene, Lisa used 1 drop of the enchanted blood to cast a spell, making him vanish. She then threatened to burn the handkerchief, an act that would kill the queen, leaving the princess no choice but to submit and swear never to reveal the truth. Thus, their roles were reversed. Upon arrival at the prince's palace, Lisa presented the handkerchief. The king noticed that only 2 drops of blood remained, and asked why. Lisa hastily lied, claiming she had used 1 drop to turn winter into spring. Believing her, the king accepted Lisa as the true princess. Falada, the faithful horse, tried to expose the truth by snatching the handkerchief back, but Lisa cruelly ordered him shot with arrows. She even had his severed head hung above the castle gate. Heartbroken, the real princess mourned her friend. Seeing her tenderness toward animals, the king allowed her to stay in the palace as a goose girl. Each morning, as she herded geese past the castle gate, Falada's lifeless head would sigh, "Oh my princess, how far you have fallen." If the queen knew, her heart would break. And so, what fate awaits the poor goose girl? The 2009 film The Goose Girl teaches us that true nobility comes from within, not from titles or appearances. Status can be stolen, but kindness